Hi, this is Miles Bassett with Wildman Web Solutions. I've wanted to do a video on SEO for a while, but it's such a complicated topic I was having a hard time not rambling on for a half hour over everything. So I think I'm going to do a series of mini videos about SEO. Here's the first one. No better place to start than keywords. What are they? How should you use them? Where do you find them? What you should and shouldn't be doing with them. So the first step people really skip a lot, and that's just do your research. You think because you know your business and you know your clients that you know the proper keywords that you should be targeting for your SEO campaign, but that's not necessarily the case. And we'll get into why here in a little bit, but until you really know all the different kinds of keywords and how they should be used, you may or may not really know the right ones to target. But after you listen to this video and we go over the different kinds of keywords and how to use them, step one is just to do a little bit of research. So firstly, I want to go over the types of keywords. We've broken it up into three different types. Short or short tail keywords, long or long tail keywords, and location-based keywords. Now, the first one there is short, or you'll hear the phrase short tail and long tail as well. Short tail keywords are pretty much that first thing that you think of when you think of a search keyword. It's typically 1 to 2 word phrases that are directly tied to your business. Let's say if you had a Kansas City barbecue restaurant, then your short tail keyword is going to be the word barbecue, maybe spelled out, maybe just the BBQ, but that's a short tail keyword. These are great if you can get ranked on them because they are the first thing that people search a lot. They're the most common things that people search, but because of that, they can also be very competitive. Everyone in your space is going for those particular keywords. And so if you are a smaller business like the ones that we usually work with, these may not be the right direction for you to go. As you can put a lot of time and energy and money into an SEO campaign, really focusing on a short tail keyword and just not make a whole lot of difference because everyone else is doing the same thing. Let's say our barbecue restaurant is on page 5 for the word barbecue. We can put in, thousands of dollars into an SEO campaign and maybe move them up 1 rank on that 5th page. So depending on the keyword, depending on how competitive your industry is, and where you are and how much effort you really want to put into an SEO campaign, short tail keywords may or may not be the best route for you. Now, long tail keywords, these are typically 3, 4, 5 word phrases that are a little bit more specific. So our barbecue restaurant would be not just saying barbecue, but specifically talking about their recipe of sauce on pulled pork or something like that. It's a couple of words all strung together, still relevant, but a little bit more specific to you. These have the advantage of being less competitive. It's less likely that your competitors and other people in the space are going for this particular set of words, this particular combination of words that you've chosen. So this allows you to, get more bang for your buck, basically. So you can put in minimal amounts of money and time on this, really just make a couple of key changes on your website for free and jump up several rankings, even get to the first page on this particular keyword set. So for smaller businesses or those in highly competitive areas that are just getting started on their SEO efforts, these long tail keywords can be a huge hit and a big success for getting you that strong start out of the gate. Location-based keywords are a little bit like long tail, but they're a little more specific, and they're exactly what you're thinking. It's just limiting you to a particular geographic area. And for most businesses that really just serve a certain area, like our restaurant, or if we're going to talk about an electrician or other location-based services, you're typically not going outside of your area, and you don't want to waste SEO dollars on getting someone in Seattle to find your Kansas City barbecue place. They're not going to be able to do anything with that information, with that find. So at that point, you might want to focus on, Kansas City barbecue versus just barbecue. Adding that location qualifier in there sort of limits where your efforts are being put, so that you're getting more results here locally and in your space, in your region, and less just generally across the internet. So now you know the 3 different kinds of keywords there, but how to use that. I talked about maybe choosing the long tail keywords over the short tail keywords, even though the short tail keywords are more directly about your business. And that's pretty much for one reason, and that is the concept of authority. Authority is an SEO term, and maybe we'll do another video really going more into depth on this. But it's one of the several factors that search engines will use to categorize your business based on different keywords. It's going to look at the size of your online footprint, if you have social media profiles, if you're active online, if other customers or other people are searching for you and interacting with you on social media, reviewing you, talking about you online. All of these things build your authority. Basically what search engines are wanting to do is they're trying to find the places that people want to find. So if they see an online entity that has 0 engagement, hasn't updated their website in 10 years, no reviews, no social media or anything, it's gonna think this is a dead business. No one's wanting to talk to this person. No one's wanting to work with this business. So we're not going to display them very high, even though their content is relevant to this particular keyword. Versus another business that's very active, has a blog post coming out once a week, people commenting on it, they're active on social media, have a lot of followers, or likes or subscribes. This business is seen to be more active and probably something that people are going to be looking for more frequently. So that business is going to be placed higher on that particular keyword search. And you build authority over time, and it's kind of this two-way street where your authority impacts your SEO score, your SEO score impacts your authority, and your ability to really compete in these keywords is impacted by your authority. But likewise, you can use less competitive keywords to build authority. So instead of just attacking that basic short tail keyword and putting all of your time and energy into getting that one keyword ranking better, you could put all of that time and energy, the same amount, into multiple long tail keywords. After you rise in the ranks there, Google and other search engines are going to see your authority start to rise because you're more relevant, more people are finding you. So it's just sort of an easy way to get your foot in the door and break that cycle. And like I said, you can get more bang for your buck on it. Instead of just maybe rising one ranking on a short tail keyword, you can put a couple $100 in, a couple hours in, maybe just some content delivery or something, and really see a major impact on those particular keyword sets. Then your authority rises, and once your authority is high enough, you can start tackling those big short tail keywords. Now we've covered a lot about what you can do on keywords, which keywords you should be choosing and how to use them. I want to take a minute here and talk about what you shouldn't be doing. Because after talking about authority and long tail keywords, you might think, why not just pick a pile of random keywords? They don't have to be relevant to me. Build up my authority there, and then that authority will allow me to tackle the keywords that really matter to me. Well, that's a practice commonly known as keyword stuffing, where people would take highly searched terms, piles of them, hundreds of them, anything under the sun they could think of, and throw it onto their site in the back end so no one can really see it, but it's impacting the search engines to grow their authority and raise their SEO score. Google caught on to that pretty quickly. Google and the other search engines caught on to that pretty quick, and it's now seen as more of a detriment than anything. It'll catch that you're doing that, and your score will go down rather than up, to the point where it'll see you as spam and won't display you anywhere. So make sure that your keywords are relevant to your online content. And by that I mean pick keywords that are relevant to your business, but also make sure that your online content matches those keywords. So for our barbecue example, you want to make sure that if you're citing your sauce or pulled pork or ribs or something in your keywords, you want to make sure that that language is repeated on your website, on your social media, and in your general correspondence online. Because even though it may be relevant to your business, if search engines don't see that as relevant to the actual content in your online presence, then they may tag you for keyword stuffing or similar bad practices. So make sure that your language all matches up. You're using your keywords as much as you can in your online presence without messing up your sentences or anything. Make sure your keywords are relevant to you. Do your research, figure out what your long tail and short tail keywords are, and then build a strategy to build your authority, get higher rankings in those keywords, starting with the less competitive ones and moving to those big competitive short tail keywords. If you need help setting up that SEO campaign, Wildman does do that. So visit our website, wildmanweb.com, or email us at bwild@wildmanweb.com. Thanks.